All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you notice it, if you're gonna have a quorum. Yeah, make sure to notice it. Okay, yeah, you notice it as a public meeting.
You know anything about the issue?
I don't. Hey,
They asked a couple of weeks ago, but there's a problem.
Good evening. We're going to call the meeting to order, please. If you'd stand for the pledge. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, I guess I'll do roll call. Libby? Ryan?
Here.
Sean?
Here.
Fritz?
Here.
We have a quorum. And I do believe we have a change to the agenda. Correct? New business B, we will be not discussing that tonight. They'll probably be at the next meeting. So Ryan, if you want to make a motion to approve those changes.
I'll make a motion to move new business B out of tonight's meeting.
Yeah.
My second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. And I need to get a motion to approve minutes from July 6th.
Make a motion to approve the minutes from July 6, 2026.
I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Abstain.
Okay, no, there's no old business. So first up on the new business, we've got Tom Bunnell from the VFW 6904 to talk about hometown hero banners. Hi, Tom.
So yeah, Tom Bunnell, Fortville resident. So the banner program I took over last year, started by a couple of ladies. They turned it over to me into the VFW and the American Legion. Right now there's 103 banners in town and all the banner locations are full. So I heard there was rumors talk about potential street program, maybe Stat Street, Merrill Street, maybe extending out to Windstone, out to the school for more lights and maybe more brackets for banners potentially. I don't know how true that is, but I've heard that that could be years down the road. I have about 40 or 50 people lined up right now wanting these banners. And I thought maybe we could bring up to see if we could double up the brackets down Main Street potentially. I don't know if that's possible. I don't know if that's a redevelopment problem or what, but that's kind of what I'm looking for. I mean, there is I'm getting a lot of emails, and I think the town's also getting requests too. And I think Andy's sending me messages here and there about people requesting them. So the town loves it. And I think it's a great program. And it is offered We don't have very many, but it is offered to police, EMS, and firefighters as well. So looking forward with 103 and still a large amount of requests, I mean, we need to look at potentially expanding the brackets.
We'll eventually have the trail going out to Windstone, and that will probably have the same lights on it, won't it, Joe?
Yeah, and if I could give a little bit of an update, I know
Yeah.
at the last council meeting, I let the council know that the next section of the trail going out to the school was going to be postponed. Since we've had that discussion, NDOT is looking to try to go ahead and push it forward. If we can make it happen sooner, it'll be a little bit sooner, won't be a lot. I think if we get to go out to bid, it'll be November. So construction will start in the spring. I estimated that there's going to be about 65 to 70 new poles go in with that project. Again, like you said, out here on Broadway, there'll be several poles going from Madison Street all the way out to Windstone, and then also along Ohio Street that goes out to Windstone. So there'll be several poles added with that. And it's interesting, I've been wrestling, trying to get prices for these dual poles, these dual arms, I guess. And I got a price about an hour ago, and they priced the entire lamp post and everything. I just checked my email, so he did correct my request, and it would be for the poles just on Main Street, it would be about $25,000 to add those banners to make them dual poles, dual arms.
You're kidding me. Just for brackets? So it would just go above, like two more above or below? How does that work when you add
Both go sides.
side by side? Oh, both sides. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
So the whole bracket would change for both sides to have a double?
That's the way I understand
Okay,
it. That's the way.
well,
I
that makes
understood
more
it.
sense, I guess.
So it's like $625 a pair, and I priced out 20 of them, so.
Okay.
What do we do with the old brackets then?
Well, they'll probably go on another pole somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't have any consistent poles though on Merrill Street.
No, the
And the
poles on
side
Maple
street,
Street
yeah.
are smaller.
Yeah.
They're not tall enough to put that banner on. If we've got banners on it now, but they're a lot smaller. They won't hold the big ones. In fact, I need to check those because I don't know if they're made out of like the pop metal material. The ones that used to be on Main Street were fiberglass, and we had flower pots hanging on those, and they actually split before we had an opportunity to,
Mm.
before we got them replaced. So they were all split. So they're designed to be breakaway. So we kind of got to be cautious on the size of the pole and how big the banners and how many banners we put on.
So that wouldn't be something that the RDC could even cover, could it? Could it be?
That would be a question for Alex or Bradley.
Well, it is in the TIF. Most of it is. The bid,
I don't know offhand. I'd have to look into that.
Okay.
But we can look into that.
we should, just to see if the RDC can, and we're still trying to adjust to how much their budget's getting cut this year too. So I'm not sure what, we have commitments for Landmark Park and other things for the RDC. So it might take,
625.
process
Yeah.
to look into that, if we can even afford to do it. But I think that
2 pairs. per-
the other's gonna take a lot longer to get
24.
here. Of course, I don't know if they're like the light poles. It might take a long time for them to get here anyway.
Yeah.
The brackets might be just as long as getting the poles here, but
Well, in fact, if, when we go to let that project on the trail system, that's one of the things that I am gonna really try to push them to go ahead and get those poles on order. Because it could take 9 months to 12 months to get them.
Well, so the original plan of this too, which I wasn't really involved in, but they were good for 3 years. So it'd be 20 to 30. I don't know the exact number. I'll have to go back through some of the emails and stuff that I was received from them. So there may be some that come off. So there may be a potential to have 20 or so ordered. I'll let you guys know, let the town know when I put that up for people to go ahead and purchase them. And it'll probably be over the winter months because they're getting ready to come down in November. So we'll do an order again probably in January to be purchased before uh, January, the month of January, they can order, and then I'll have to order them so they can be up before Memorial Day. So
I guess maybe then you could let us know how many that you're short.
Yeah.
And then we could maybe not have to get all the double pull brackets, and maybe get some if we have money to get them, but
yeah, I don't know how many the 20 or 25 that, and this thing don't set up, the 25 or 30 or so that, if they want to renew, I don't know if they.
yes, I was going to ask you if they'd renew
A
probably.
few of them probably will. But then again, I still like, I don't know, we probably still need, I mean, 25 or 30 of them, but probably to cover the current request right now.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll look into it and see how we can, obviously there's a need there. And the other will come eventually. It just won't happen fast.
I know I did get a call from Greenfield, they wanted to know how we did it and I shared it with them. So we led the county with this, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I'm glad
yeah.
to be a part of it. I'm glad I'm.
Yeah.
Whatever I can do for the county.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys are taking care of it. Yeah. I think we had some confusion this year about placement. Are you guys actually working on the placement of, if the people request an actual?
The placement is very difficult because if you have 3 people that want the same space and so the town has just put them up. We haven't tried to dictate any locations. I kind of told Tony, I was like, hey, can you put me next to my grandpa? And we're not. So,
Yeah,
I mean, it is what it is. I don't care,
yeah.
I know some people do. I know there's some old history in town.
Yes,
And
yes.
that wasn't on purpose.
Yeah, I know it wasn't. Yeah, I know it wasn't. Yeah.
But it was taken care of. But no, it's kind of just, I don't want to play any favoritism for anybody. So if I put one person in one place and I don't put somebody else in another, then it looks bad upon us and
Sure.
the town potentially. So it's just whatever the town puts up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tom. Appreciate it.
Thanks for doing it.
Okay. So next up, we have the council to consider the adoption of resolution number 2026 dash, what's our number? Anybody know?
I don't. We passed a resolution last meeting.
I've got 6B.
6B, is that what you have?
Yeah.
Okay,
Because we had 7 something.
well,
Yeah, 7.
okay, so it will be 7. Okay, so this is our first one, isn't it? No?
And this is last comparable. Is that right?
Yeah. That was the second reading.
Resolution's only got first reading.
Yeah, this is the first reading here for this one, so it would be 7. I just don't know if we've,
7, 8.
is it A? A? 7?
Go ahead and make it. I'll go back and look in my file, see what I've got.
Okay, 7A. And this will be for the fiscal plan for the Flora Annexation near 1102 Alden Drive. Adam, I guess you can
Yeah.
start this off.
Sure. I'll just give you a broad overview and refresher on this basic annexation. So there is a piece of farmland east of Helmcrest, and it's in unincorporated Hancock County, and the Mr. and Mrs. Flora have purchased the property, and they would like to construct 2 nice homes on the property. And then they'd like to keep the remainder of it just for pasture or farmland, keep it rural. And so because they're so close to town services of water and sewer, it only made sense to include those properties on water and sewer. And so rather than doing well and septic. So in order to use those services, then they have agreed to annex. The only thing is they would like to keep the remainder of the property open and in the county. And, typically when we annex a property, you annex the property, period, no matter how little or how much you're using. But what they did is they carved out the areas where the 2 homes would be. And that's the annexation before you tonight. And then the remainder, what they've agreed to do graciously is sign a non-remonstrance waiver to annexation of the remainder of that property. If there's two different, one or both events that occur. One is if the Bronner property to the east would like to annex, then they would not remonstrate to annexation of their property, so that this way we wouldn't have a gap in our town boundaries. And then secondly, just to make it clear that if in the future they want to build a third house or a fourth house, that each of those domino properties would then also come into town limits. So that was the thought process for that. We just wanted to try to plan for that as best as we reasonably could, and also be cognizant of what they would like to achieve and the lifestyle that they'd like. So, and then one last item of note on this property is they also cooperated too in shifting the two lots a little bit south of Alden Drive, so that if in the event Alden Drive ever needs to go through to the Bronner property, then that could be done. Now, certainly a developer or the town would have to purchase right of way to do that. We're not asking for any sort of dedication now. But it was just, we tried to use the crystal ball as much as reasonably possible. So that's the overview. And then lastly, for this fiscal plan, this is just something that, if you recall, is required by Indiana law for all annexations, even if they're voluntary. And we've spelled out the requirements that are listed in state law. So it's basically a boilerplate document. So if you have any questions, I'd be happy to address those. And then the Floras and their attorney are here as well. Thank you.
Is sewer and water already ran out there, or?
Yeah, it goes out to the dead end of Alden Drive.
Okay.
Any public comment? Okay, guess we're looking for a motion.
Make a motion of the adoption of resolution number 2026-7B, fiscal plan for the Flora annexation near 1102 Alden Drive.
My second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And we'll need to sign here.
So we just hit like C and D.
Mm.
Said we hit C and D on that. So
Yeah, yeah. Well, no, we can do them separately. That's fine. Yeah. I didn't have him do it. You could, if you want to do the last two together, you can, I think. The remonstration waiver and the,
Not to vote on that, do you?
yeah. Right, I'm the one that has to
Just
sign that.
Just Tanya to sign it. Basically acknowledging.
And then just a motion for the second one.
Mhm.
Make a motion to approve second reading of ordinance number 2026-6B, the Flora annexation.
My second.
All in favor?
aye.
Aye. And we'll need to sign that one, I think. No, you guys are here. Did you want to say anything? Looks like everything's good to go. Thank you. Okay. All right. So next, I guess we have departments. Joe?
Okay, real quick, I think that I had mentioned this. I know that we'd mentioned this earlier about Heath was able to get with Duke Energy about getting a grant for Landmark Park, which would help cover some of the cost for the benches and seating and such. I don't remember. I know they're needing a letter from us. But I didn't remember if we made that, request from the council according to our policies that we're not supposed to apply for grants without council approval. So just thought we would make sure that the council is on board with doing that
Yes,
application.
yes.
And if so, I'll get that letter out to him tomorrow. Council's
Yeah.
good?
Everybody
Okay.
down there good?
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
The unofficial detour funding, I've been working with NDOT as far as getting some funds back. Signed the contract with them and we should get a PO, I think you said within the next month for about $314,000. That was what our engineer's estimate was for the reconstruction or repaving of the project. The other item I've got here is the tracks. This is something that we talked about earlier on too. This is that program that allows us to go after funds that are owed to the town without filing on somebody's property taxes. This goes after the individual directly. So that kind of helps out the property owners as far as rental properties and all. Missy was in the process of executing those documents. And one thing that they needed was a memorandum of understanding, which I sent that to you earlier. And just need the council's signature. I just need 3 signatures on that so we can execute that, get that system set up.
Is that where it says claimant agency? That where you sign?
Yes. Just a lot of formality stuff this evening.
So you just need 3?
Yeah. Typically, I mean, if the other 2 want to sign it, that's fine. They typically just need the signatures of the majority, so they sometimes will only put 3 lines. I know NDOT's been known to do that at times. And the last thing I have this evening is
Go ahead. It's fine.
the insurance inspector, inspector, I guess, who came out to look at our street department building where the roof is coming in on it. He's got all his documents. He's going to send a report back to the insurance and then they're going to have an estimator then come out and look at it as well. So it's kind of slow process, but it is moving and anxious to get that done. I want to get the roof secured before we get snow on it.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Yeah. So other than that, that's all I have this evening, unless you got something for me.
Did NDOT ever are they finished now on 67? No?
Their work, essentially you can say they're finished. The contract's not closed out yet. We still have some unfinished business down in front of the Merrill House, which is where Dennis Danielson lives currently. So as soon as we get that wrapped up, they should be getting closer to where they can close that out.
So did, also Alex isn't here. You still, the South Madison project? Is the bond still up in the?
Yeah, I
Out
mean,
the
the bond's
issues.
not been fully executed yet. We're still negotiating with the developer. The BOT has not been executed yet. So we are still working out some details on that.
But, is NDOT doing a roundabout out there? That's not, the drawing's not complete?
It won't be NDOT doing it. It'll be part of this project that we're doing.
Okay. So this thing could go on a little ways. All right. Thanks.
Adam, you have anything?
Yeah, just one item for me. So as many of you may have heard, our administrative assistant, Sarah Waldron, unfortunately for us, took another position outside of the town. We certainly wish her well. She did a fantastic job in her part-time gig as our administrative assistant. What we are thinking about doing is altering that position a bit because we were hoping for it to be full-time next year anyway. But rather, what we may want to do is, instead of just being an administrative assistant, make it like an assistant planner / permit coordinator. And one of the things that would be that I'd love to see out of this position would obviously the person would do a lot of the same tasks that Sarah was doing, but also expand it a bit to try to gain some more efficiencies for the benefit of the residents. So for example, what I would love to see is if a resident wants to put a fence in an easement or they want to build a shed, basic routine things, I'd love for them to be able to come in and actually get that approval over the counter. So then we can all move on with our business. So that's, I think, one of the main benefits of that too. And of course, as you know, with the record number of permits that we've been issuing, it would be beneficial not only to have somebody to help process those permits, but also to do some basic reviews on some of the tract homes for setbacks and things like that. So that's it for me, unless you have questions on anything.
Sounds good.
I guess with that position, then be able to help Jerry in any way?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yep. So it would be that position I would envision would also, there would certainly be a clerical component to sending out code enforcement letters and tracking responses, things of that nature. Also assist with scheduling of inspections. So that's the thought process.
Yeah, because I think the only thing that somebody said something to me is getting an electrical permit, because sometimes when the fire department or somebody pulls a meter, they got to get it back up quick, and it was almost like that would help, or to give a permit for the electrical right away. Then Jerry can come inspect it.
Yeah, for those, as it stands today, we do give those a high priority and try to do those within one business day. But even still, that's another great example.
Yeah, that would help,
if
because
we could
even
do
one
that.
business day, somebody doesn't have their
Yeah,
refrigerator running and their
yeah,
air conditioning and freezer.
yeah.
So I think when
That'd be
we do
nice.
it in Indianapolis, it's pretty quick. You just call and bam, and it's back on the meter.
Yeah, it would be nice to issue those. That's a great point. Issue those permits over the counter as well.
All right, thank you.
Heath.
Heath Luther, Parks Manager for the record. Just a few things to catch everybody up on, just from the Landmark Park perspective. If you've been by there, I'm sure what you saw, there's been some trees taken down. The next step will be here in the next 10 days or so. We'll start working on getting the playground out, the old shed out, that old power pole that sits there out, the gazebo, everything is kind of tidied up. The contractor is going to do the rest of the demolition, but those were the things that we had agreed upon in our deal with them to be able to handle. And then obviously we'll kind of see what that timeline looks like here, in the next month or so with construction starting. The bridge from Noel Lane to the park should be delivered sometime here next week or the following week. Obviously it's going to take us some time to get some footers in and set that, but I just wanted to make everybody aware that if you get any phone calls about a bridge sitting in the park, that's why. That's what it's for. Long time coming, so we'll get that in and installed. Real quick recap, the senior surveys are going to be closed here in the next week or so. We're sitting at about 151 responses, which is really good. It's about 7.5%, 8% of what we kind of gathered through demographic information of people that were 55 and older within the community. It's about 8% of respondents. So got some good information from that. Obviously, we'll sit down with Libby and some of the other people that were involved and have a conversation about kind of what August looks like as far as planning programming, and then September, hopefully outfitting the community center, and then opening October for a couple days a week for some senior activities over there. The last thing that I have, it should be hopefully on the next council meeting. Our contract for the Sharks is that time of year again. No issues on my end, no issues on their end. They would like to renew the lease for one more year. So I will have the new contract, hopefully with Alex's approval, when he gets back. Really all we need to change is kind of the dates on it, to reflect 26, 27. We should be good to go. So that's all I have, unless anybody's got any questions for me.
Have you decided with the old equipment when you're going to have an auction or get rid of some of the older equipment that we've taken out?
That was already posted and nobody put in bids for it. So I'm currently getting scrap prices on it.
Okay.
So the stuff that's over at Landmark now, we learned from previous tear downs that it's going to be really hard to remove some of that stuff based on how much concrete's in the bottom of it without destroying it. So I would suspect that it's probably not going to be usable once we get in and through there. But the stuff that we have out behind the barn currently, there was an ad put in the paper, I believe it's for 2 weeks. If anybody wanted to bid on it, we didn't get anything in. So the next step now is to get rid of that, is to see if we can get some decent prices on scrap for it and haul it away. So that'll be what we'll do next.
Okay,
Thank you.
thanks, Steve.
Thank you.
Patrick?
Yep. Just an update. Officer Payne is halfway through ILEA. He's doing good there. So hopefully another month and a half or so, we'll see him back and he'll be all graduated and ready to go. Officer Moreland finished his pre-basic. He's the lateral from Illinois. He gets a academy waiver. There's a process he has to go through, but he will be starting his field training on Friday. So that's good to get him out and about. And then, as you all know, Mark is set to retire on January 9th. That's his set in stone date, he told me. So, and speaking with Joe and then speaking with everybody here, that I'd like to be able to backfill his position so we could get somebody trained in that position, because I don't have anybody currently, A, with his tenure, or B, with his knowledge. But I don't think I need a motion for that, Joe, or?
Well, right now you currently have.
Yeah, I have.
Amount of positions.
Right.
So just to temporarily have one more person here. 3-month period.
Yeah.
The salary ordinance is already.
Yeah, salary ordinance set to cover it. I talked to Missy and Beth, both. They said that since I've had an open position since January, the money's there, the funding's there. I guess I'm looking for the council's blessing to go ahead and do that. And I was looking at all the holidays that Mark has off, because he burns up a full week for Thanksgiving and a couple weeks for Christmas and New Year's, for a start date of September 20th. I guess I'm just looking for council blessing on that to ensure that, just to be upfront with everybody in the public, that my most tenured guy is retiring. So I'm trying to fill that hole.
Any prospects?
I do. Yeah. He's currently a reserve.
Okay.
So looking there possibly. So, he's got about 20 years experience, currently doing what I have Mark doing at his other position. So that's my move in. He's already been vetted through our department, physical, psychological, all that type of stuff. He's already in the retirement system. So, not in ours, but it's the same system in his current employer. So, looking to fill that. September 20th is my goal for a start date, because Mark will be off for those 3 weeks in there, and that'll give him about 11 to 12 full weeks to train with Mark to get up to date.
So do you have a full roster now?
I do not.
Then then just do it.
Just do it. Yeah, just do it. Just do it.
Joe, this is the very one rare time I'm asking for permission and not forgiveness, okay? Like this is the very rarest of rare for me.
I would guess I was under the impression that you already had
I,
all your positions filled anyway.
I do have a job offer out to a gentleman, but it's on hold currently.
Okay.
If he were to come off his hold process, we've already got him through perf and everything ready to go. We would give him a start date, which might be prior to the September 20th.
And that'll have you a full roster then.
Yeah, if I hired him and then to fill Mark's position would be that extra for 3 months.
Okay.
So he's just not, we're on hold with my last hire,
Okay.
but currently I don't have a full roster. You're right. But I'm forecasting I'm going to, so. Cool.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, if you guys are okay with that, I will send out the offer and move forward.
Please do.
All right. Thank you. And that's all I have unless you have questions for me.
I will let you know that I think it was the last council meeting or even the meeting before, you guys were asking about the traffic lights, synchronizing those. And I did reach out to my contacts with NDOT and they're pretty adamant that we use the website stuff and type it in so they can track it and know, you know, they do seem to follow that, but it's just really slow, the turnaround time.
Do we all need to put something in or like would that
It can't hurt.
Yeah.
It can't hurt.
have 100 complaints and
We'll get some.
yeah.
I hate that, but it's true. It is true. Clerk's not here. Brian, I guess you don't have anything for us, do you?
No update.
Okay. Public comment? No public comment? Council Andy, do you have, I didn't add you. Do you want to speak? I forgot to,
He puts
Put you-
together the agenda. He needs to add it.
you know, just put your name on there so I don't forget.
I'm just happy you guys didn't volunteer me for anything this time.
It's not over yet.
Oh, boy. Spoke too soon.
Oh, you're on my list. I have something to ask you, so.
Well, I'd like to thank several people real quick for a great fireworks event. First of all, I'd like to thank Heath for setting up fireworks with Circle City Fireworks. They did a great job of you know, as a 23, 24-minute show. They do a great job of setting up. That was my first time dealing with them personally, talking with them and everything, but Heath sets that up every year and they were great. Ray and Bill with the Parks Department, Heath was out of town, but Ray and Bill did a fantastic job of setting everything up. Picnic tables, trash cans, getting everything ready, the blockades and everything before the event. They were there for the whole event and they did wonderful. We only had a couple trash cans that needed moved and everything throughout. They did wonderful cleaning up. It really, I stayed throughout the whole thing just to make sure everybody got out of there okay. And those guys did awesome. You know, they're very quiet guys in the first place, at least from what I know of them. Heath probably says otherwise, but as he's back there, you know. But those guys, I mean, they did a great job. We had text communication going all night long, and anytime they drove by, just, you know, ask them if everything was going well, and yep, everything's going great. Chief Bratton and Battalion Chief Campy from the Vernon Township Fire Department, those guys both said everything was going well. Really, the only issues we had all night long was just based on the number of attendees that we had. We had a great turnout all around, and it was just due to the number of restrooms that we had. You know, we just didn't have enough, long lines. And then we had a number of our vendors that had long lines as well. Our vendors did awesome in sales, every single one of them. They sold out of almost everything. They were not complaining whatsoever. We only had a few customers that maybe complained that they said, you know, maybe got a little nasty here or there, but all in all, everybody said it was a great night. Sales wise, really, as far as what I saw, I didn't see any issues throughout. 3 lost children through the night got reported back to the stage. They found their parents, no issues there. And that was it. I mean, my father-in-law was probably my biggest critic all night long. So I think from Rustic Table, Rhythm and Smoke Barbecue, that were our food trucks, they phenomenal sales. Again, food was great. They're local, Ohana. She does like dirty sodas and stuff. She was a new one. She did very well. She was excited to be a part of our festival, and she was great. Libby's sold out quickly. Awesome. Taxman and Moondrops, both local, obviously, they did great. And I mean, awesome. I mean, you look around and people were not moving from the lines. I mean, they stood in the lines and it was great. We had the VFW and American Legion Honor Guard come up, and they did their thing. We had the national anthem sung by the Radio Junkies lead singer, and that was great. I mean, we had a gentleman come up from that was a veteran that got to push the button for the fireworks. So he was excited about that. He was a Vietnam vet. All in all, great show. A lot of people I didn't recognize that came in and enjoyed it, and it was great. I just want to say thank you to everybody that attended. If you were there, great. I appreciate it. And all in all, awesome.
Thank you for spearheading it.
No
I was
problem.
going to say kudos to Andy because he's taken that on along with working with all of our local businesses to try to, get everybody on the same page and work on these events and stuff. And he's done a great job and
Yeah, I agree.
done a really good job of communicating, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And talking with a lot of our businesses, it would just seem like we were trying to really kind of open the town that day for, where we didn't have a festival that day, where we didn't have our typical all-day festival. We were just trying to encourage people to come to town and enjoy walking the town for the day. And thank goodness the weather moved out. I mean, Patrick, myself, and the battalion chief, we were texting each other at 9:30, at 10 o'clock in the morning when we were getting the storms and everything. And it went down to the park and checked it out. And we were on top of it as far as what we were seeing and, registering and everything. But, again, you're up against it with all of that. You're trying to make that decision and try not to make it, you don't want to disappoint anybody, but you got your stores. You're hopefully that's your mall right there. Let's get them out here and have a good time. But hopefully next year we can blow it up and have a great. When I say blow it up, but, have a great.
Literally?
Let's have a big get back to the Summerfest and have a great event. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
You need to start planning that now.
exactly. We are going to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So looking forward to having a great event, opening back up our park and having a great one.
Yeah. Thanks, Andy.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Libby?
I don't think I have anything.
Well,
Put that in the notes.
Looks like that speed sign got fixed.
it did, yes.
Yeah.
Our guys were able to go out there and diagnose it and figure out what was going on with it and got it fixed
No, I don't
out.
have anything.
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, okay.
You want to talk about it?
No.
Okay, yeah, I do have something to talk about. So in our conversations in previous meetings, we would like to, as a town, start doing our own festivals, starting with Winterfest. And we have an idea and we're working on a solid plan for that. So just want to make sure we get everybody's opinion up here. Libby and I are the only two that really have been involved in it. So if you have an opinion or not opinion, we just need to agree that it's something that we can do moving forward. And we'll also probably be doing the same for the Summerfest. We got an opportunity here to reinvent ourselves. So I think this is the time, the best time for us to do it. So thoughts, opinions, conversation, any?
As long as I don't have to wear pink.
You don't have to wear pink, but we can use all the help
Pink
we
and
can get.
proud.
So, yeah. You can wear pink for a day. Men look good in pink. Come on. Andy looks good in pink. Fritz got pink on.
That's cranberry.
Oh, okay.
Cranberry vodka. No.
So with that, is everybody okay with this?
Yeah.
Okay. So Andy has put together a really nice really cool flyer here about the festival, which you'll see it probably a lot. He'll get it out there for everybody to see, a little bit of explanation on what we're trying to do. And we have some more meetings here to gather with, hopefully you guys will attend Fortville Action so we can talk about plans for that. I can see you're thrilled. Okay. So here, I want to read a little bit about what we're trying to do here. So the description of what we're trying to plan. The town of Fortville remains committed to preserving and enhancing Winterfest as one of our community's signature holiday traditions. As we evaluate this year's event, our focus is not on replacing the one-day Winterfest experience, but on strengthening it through greater town leadership, organization, and collaboration with all of our local businesses. Our goal is to create a Winterfest that serves as a catalyst for economic activity through downtown while celebrating the unique character and charm that makes Fortville special. We recognize that our locally owned shops, restaurants, and businesses are at the heart of the community, and we want Winterfest to be structured in a way that directly supports their success during the important holiday shopping season. By working closely with business owners, we hope to create a more coordinated and impactful event experience. This includes exploring ways to improve promotions, holiday activities, decorations, entertainment, visitor engagement, and shopping incentives that encourage guests to spend more time in downtown Fortville and support local businesses. The town is committed to taking a more active role in organizing and supporting the Winterfest, investing in its attractions, marketing, and experiences that draw visitors to our community, while maintaining the traditions that residents have come to enjoy. At the same time, we want to ensure that future event decisions are shaped by the voices of the businesses most directly affected by them. Ultimately, our vision is a stronger Winterfest, one that brings the community together, showcases the best of Fortville, increases exposure for our businesses, and creates a memorable, and I can't say that word, holiday experience for residents and visitors alike. By partnering with our business community, we can continue building a holiday tradition that benefits everyone and reinforces Fortville's reputation as a welcoming small town destination. And that's basically the outline of how we're going to approach the whole festival. So hopefully it'll be a successful event. I think it will be, and I think we've got the interest of our business people and other community members that are excited to get involved too. So with that, we'll just, any one of the council member here that want to help and get involved, then please do. And Andy will keep us all updated on results of the meetings and how we're going to move forward with it. And that's all I got. And I'm excited. I love Christmas, so favorite time of year.
Do you have any meetings scheduled yet?
We do. We have one on Thursday, just to kind of discuss more. We had an initial meeting with the business owners because as we've had our fourth Friday meetings since January, it coming off of the initial, just the Winterfest itself, and just where several of them were asking, what can we do about Winterfest? What can we do to make it better? What can we do to go back to tradition? And so that really lit that fire of, okay, what do you guys want? Business wise, what can we do to help you? What can we do to, what would you like to see? Do you want to see vendors come in here? Do you want multiple days of events? Do you want, what is it that you're looking for? And so it was really just kind of helping them out because a lot of them count on this season more than anything, make or break for them. Let's just say that. So, and so it's really where, a summer fest fireworks celebration is more of a community event. A Winterfest is more of a destination event for them, for their business and everything, to draw those customers in for them. So we need to help bring those people in and help, it doesn't just establish for that one day, it helps establish for the season to help those people continue to come in and come back and see them, whether it may be online sales, it may be in-person sales, whatever it may be for that season, but to really just help with that. So if we bring in vendors that help complement their stores. So That's the thing. We're going to have to help find, or we're going to have to find vendors who help complement those stores and not bring in woodworkers, and make it look like Riley Days, and flea markets and stuff like that. So that's where we're at with it. So it's really just kind of getting the business owners and their thoughts on everything, and then moving from there and making it a nice festival, but also including vendors and everything else that complement our businesses.
And it still will be the first weekend of December.
Yep.
Yeah.
First Saturday in December, as usual, and making it as traditional as possible with everything we've ever had before, and then some. The traditional, what you would consider a Fortville Winterfest, and then some.
They'll still want to do kind of like a community event too,
Oh, yeah.
and not just like a business.
No. It's
gonna be community focused.
Community-based event.
Yeah.
But, we're wanting to really help our businesses and help draw into the businesses, vendors, and restaurant, it's everything. We're looking to really, we got a lot of different ideas, different things we're weighing, structure from the town. We're not relying on volunteers from everywhere, but we're gonna help. We're gonna bring in volunteers, but also, we don't want people backing out on us last second. It's like, oh boy, what are we gonna do now? We want to make sure we have structure, we have support, we have all that in place, so that way we won't lose out on that. We're gonna have all that stuff taken care of. So
Talk to Kelly about passing flyers out to some of the farmers market vendors that would be interested maybe in. And she goes to a lot of different shows too. So Andy's going to do a flyer for her to pass out for that too. So yeah.
First step was really establishing this.
Okay.
First step was really talking with the businesses, finding out what they wanted. Second step here, establishing this, and then next meeting this Thursday with the business owners again, and then moving from here.
Yeah, I think we'll be good at it. I think it's time. This is, like I said, this would be a year to reinvent anyway. We've made some changes and it's okay. You have anything, Sean?
Yep, I'm good.
Fritz?
I'm good.
All right. I guess we need a motion to approve and sign vouchers.
I'll make a motion to approve and sign vouchers.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And I'll make a motion to adjourn at 7:21. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you for coming.
Thanks.